In 2025, bear incidents increased across Japan and became a major social issue.
According to the Ministry of the Environment, as of November 20th, there had been 13 fatal bear attacks nationwide in fiscal year 2025, the highest number ever recorded since statistics began. Here in Hokkaido, sightings and the areas where brown bears appear have continued to expand. Not only major incidents covered in the news, but also cases of bears showing up near towns and residential neighborhoods. Hokkaido is home to a large population of brown bears, which are bigger and more powerful than the Asiatic black bears found in other regions of Japan. So it's natural for travelers to feel even more concerned.
In this video, I'll tell the current situation in Japan and what travelers should do visiting Hokkaido. If you're worried about bears, please make sure to watch until the end.
Let's look back at a few key events that defined 2025 here in Hokkaido. The first incident happened in southern Hokkaido in the town of Fukushima. A newspaper delivery man was attacked and killed by a brown bear, and sightings were reported near schools and residential areas. The situation became so serious that the town conducted 24-hour patrols and daily life was heavily disrupted. The second incident occurred in Shiretoko on Mount Rusa. In August 2025, a young hiker was fatally attacked by a brown bear on the trail within the Shiretoko Peninsula World Natural Heritage Site. Shiretoko was designated a World Heritage Site in 2005, and this was the first fatal bear attack since its registration. In the days leading up to the incident, videos of a brown bear feeding on deer near the trail had been widely shared on social media. Around the same area, a bear was repeatedly seen coming close to the hiking path and showing little fear of people. Japan's bear situation has become widely known overseas as well. In October 2025, the UK's Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office updated its travel advisory, noting increased sightings and attacks across Japan, especially in mountains and forests. They advised travelers not to hike alone in areas where bears are active, to follow local warnings, and never leave food or garbage behind. With all this information circulating, it's understandable that visitors wonder, is Japan still safe? And what about Hokkaido, where so many bears live? Humans live inside bear habitat. There's an important reality that's often overlooked. It's not that bears sometimes come down into towns, it's that people live inside areas where bears naturally exist. In recent years, brown bears have been appearing not only in the mountains but also in residential neighborhoods. In the area where I live, sightings are reported regularly, and travelers often ask me, "Are there bears around here?" The truth is that we live in bear country. Visitors often ask, "Are bears around in winter?" Generally, brown bears hibernate during the winter when food is scarce, but that doesn't mean winter is completely safe. Japan has had cases of forestry workers being attacked between January and March, so even in winter, skiers and hikers should treat the mountains with the same level of caution, check recent bear reports, and turn back if you find tracks or droppings. How to avoid encountering a bear? The most important thing isn't what to do after you meet a bear, it's how to avoid meeting one in the first place. 1. Make noise to let bears know you're there. In Japan, bear bells and radios have long been used as bear deterrents. However, recently, some experts have raised concerns about bears becoming used to bells or even being drawn to the sound, so bells should be treated as a tool, not a magic solution. The safest approach is to make human noise. Talk while walking in groups, call out in areas with poor visibility, or clap your hands. 2. Check bear sighting information. Bears often return to the same area. In the Mount Rusa incident, the same bear had been seen multiple times on the trail in the days leading up to the attack. However, Hokkaido is huge and each town manages its own bear alerts, so it can be difficult for visitors to track all the information. Here are 2 ways to check bear sighting information on site. Ask your accommodation staff. Locals know the situation better than anyone. When you check in, ask, have there been bear sightings nearby? Is this route safe to walk? Ask at nature centers or tourist information offices. These places often display warning posters, maps of restricted areas, and multilingual guidance. When you arrive at your destination, stop by and check the latest information. What to do if you encounter a bear? No matter how careful you are, the risk is never zero. Guidelines from the Ministry of the Environment and the Shiretoko Foundation share several common points. 1. Never run. Your instinct may tell you to sprint away, but you must not run. Brown bears can reach speeds of 50 to 60 kilometers per hour, and running may trigger a chase response. 2. Stay calm and slowly back away. Keep your eyes on the bear, move slowly, and avoid sudden movements. If the bear stands up or sniffs the air, it may simply be trying to identify you. Even then, do not panic. Continue backing away slowly. 3. Be ready to use bear spray if necessary. If the bear approaches or shows signs of charging, prepare your bear spray. Most sprays are effective at around 5 to 10 meters. Spraying from too far away will reduce the effect, so use it when the bear is roughly 7 to 8 meters away and aim for the face. For hiking or backcountry travel in bear habitat, bear spray is considered essential, but it is only a last resort. Avoiding encounters in the first place is still the most important goal. Bear spray cannot be brought on airplanes, so most international visitors will need to rent it in Hokkaido. Links to rental locations in eastern Hokkaido are in the video description. Rules travelers must follow. Due to the rise in incidents, national and local governments in Japan have introduced new measures. One example is a new emergency lethal control system, which allows local governments to request hunters to remove dangerous bears more quickly when bears appear in residential areas or when people are harmed. However, none of this solves the fundamental issue unless human behavior also changes. In Shiretoko, there have been cases of tourists feeding bears and photographers getting dangerously close to take pictures. Although brown bears are naturally wary of humans, these actions make them lose their fear and approach people more frequently. Because of repeated problems, Shiretoko authorities have now legally required people to stay at least 50 meters away from bears. Ignoring instructions can result in fines of up to 300,000 yen. Many of the tragic incidents happening today may be the result of bears becoming accustomed to humans due to irresponsible behavior. Bear attacks get a lot of attention, but the actual number of victims is far lower than those from hornet stings or mountain accidents. There's no need to fear bears more than necessary. What you need is the right knowledge and the right behavior. Travel smart, respect wildlife, and enjoy Hokkaido responsibly.
That's it for today. Thank you for watching. If you find this video was helpful, please subscribe and drop a comment. See you in the next video. Bye bye.